Hey friends, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review in partnership with Continental Wigs in the UK. This is Intimate in the color Creamy Glow Rooted. This is a platinum looking blonde with a very subtle and light root. You'll really be able to see that outside when we get outside with this color. This is a fully hand-tied cap, synthetic wig, not heat friendly, and the price point is unbelievable for a fully hand-tied wig. If you want to know more about Intimate or Continental Wigs, they ship worldwide, then stay tuned. I would like to thank Continental Wigs. I love partnering with Continental Wigs. They're located in the UK. They're a small family-owned business, and they carry many of the major name brand synthetic wigs that we have all come to know and love. I love that they're in the UK because I have so many wig sisters in the UK asking me where they can purchase high quality wigs from a trustworthy resource. I also love that they ship internationally. I've been a customer of Continental Wigs since the first year of my wig wearing journey. I came across them in another wig reviewer's video and I purchased from them. They're so easy to purchase from wherever you are in the world. They have multiple currency rates at their website. So if you're in the United States, you can see how much the piece will cost in US dollars. If you're in the UK, you can see in pounds sterling. So it does make it a lot easier to purchase from them. I really do love them and recommend them. So go check them out if you have never checked them out already. You may find that some of the wigs that you've been purchasing here in the US, you might be able to get for a better price in the UK. Occasionally that happens. All right, let's take a look, and I will make sure there's a link in the description. All right, let's take a look at Intimate from all sides. You guys, I am so thrilled at the price point of this one. Fully hand-tied wigs are really incredible. I love them. I find them to be really comfortable. Sometimes when you get overwhelmed by wigs and the density of them, it can be the cap, and a hand-tied cap is so much lighter than a wefted cap. It does eliminate some of the worries that wefted caps can bring, such as if you go outside in really windy weather and your hair is blowing all over. You don't have to worry about seeing the wefting because there is none, and we'll take a look at the cap in just a little bit inside the cap so that you can see what I mean. But often those fully hand-tied wigs are incredibly expensive and very cost prohibitive to many. The price point on this one though, last I checked was, let me double check, I want to get it right, about $266 US, which for a fully hand-tied wig is a really great price for one of the major name brand synthetic wigs. I just really am thrilled about that and wanted to make sure I pointed it out. I don't typically talk about price in these videos because they live forever, and you may be looking at this video 2 years from now. And so please pay attention to the date of this video. I'm filming it in September 2023 because the price could change. So you definitely want to go check that out for yourself. But I love that. Now this has a lace front, a full mono top, and then again, it's fully hand-tied all throughout. Let's look at that lace front. Look at that lace front, you guys. The lace goes from here to here. Once again, really, really good. Blends great. Pretty seamless. And I love lace fronts like this because you can tuck the wig, you can style the wig, and you don't have to worry about somebody knowing that you have a wig on your head. Now, it does come with a slightly off-center right going to the left part. And that part line is very defined. You can see that. Soft ear tabs with bendable stays. All of this is hand tied. So you see no wefting on this one. Sometimes when you get, I gotta make sure it's all out here. It was folded in the bottom. Sometimes you see the bottom little bit has closed wefting. This one does not. It is truly a hand-tied cap all throughout. So what that means is each of these fibers were hand-tied into this cap in individual, maybe sometimes a couple of couple fibers to a knot. That's gonna allow those fibers to move all around on the axis of that knot and it's going to look a lot more natural when it blows in the wind, when you style it, and you're gonna see down to scalp or whatever is underneath this wig. So if you have bio hair and you're really concerned, and then we have Velcro adjusters. You can see I've adjusted it in a little bit. We'll talk about fit in just a little bit. If you have bio hair and you can see through the cap to your bio hair and you don't think it looks terribly natural that way, you can always throw on a wig cap, you know, a full flesh colored wig cap underneath the wig, and that can help a lot to make it look really natural and look like scalp under that cap and above your bio hair. Just a little bit of a tip for you in case you're new to wig wearing. I mean, so easy to put on. This is really a throw and go piece. I have done nothing to this. I took it out of the box and I combed through it, and that's all I've done to this piece. Now, because this is hand tied, there is no Permatease on this piece. It is very flat to the head. When you put your hands in it, you don't feel pillowy Permatease, you don't feel poofiness. It has a very, very flat profile, very natural looking, nothing to give away that this is a wig. It has a, what I would consider a moderate density. It's kind of light to moderate, so it's got a good amount of hair so that it looks beautiful, it looks natural, but it does not have a lot of hair. So if you get overwhelmed by wigs a lot because you're new to the wig wearing journey, a wig like this with a hand-tied cap, no Permatease, and a real nice density is going to go a long way toward helping you to feel comfortable in the piece. So keep that in mind. If you're struggling with the wig wearing journey and you've never tried a hand-tied piece, that could just be what you're looking for to help you get over that hump and get more comfortable with wigs. Now, these are regular synthetic fibers. Like I said, they are nice and soft. They're very silky, and they move really naturally, but they do have a shine to them. Synthetic wigs do sometimes have what people call a wig shine. It depends on the color and it depends on the brand. They're not all the same, but oftentimes in these very, very light blondes or in really, really dark brunettes, you can see a little bit of a shine to them. Now, it's going to be exacerbated by my lighting because I have a lot of light on me for the camera, but I did notice it even in my kitchen lighting. If you struggle with synthetic shine, some of us just aren't sensitive to it, but if you are, I would recommend just taking a dry shampoo. You can even use cornstarch. I've known people to use baby powder and just sort of spray some dry shampoo or sprinkle some of the powder on it, work it through, maybe comb it through, and that will help tamp down the shine. Shine does dissipate over time, so the more you wear the wig, the less shiny it will be. You can try soaking it in cool water if you'd like. That can sometimes help as well, but I do think it will maintain a little bit of that shine for a little while. So if that's something that bothers you, just keep that in mind, and that's a way you can deal with it. Now let's talk about fit. I will be honest with you guys, right now I am struggling to get my bearings with fit. I have lost 70 pounds in the last 2.5 years, and I had no idea that I would also lose size in my head. But I recently had a wig sister reach out who also lost weight and found that her head measurements had changed. And so I measured my head and I have lost size in my head. My circumference used to be 22 inches. It is now 21.25 inches. I've lost 3/4 of an inch in my circumference. I've also lost a little bit over the top of my head. So right now I'm trying to figure out if this is legit and how to kind of assess wigs going. So what I did was I cinched this in quite a bit actually for it to fit real snug on my head, and you can see it has a lot of stretch. So I really think this is running very true to average, 22-inch circumference, maybe even a 22.5-inch circumference may be able to fit this between the stretch and the fact that I've had to cinch it in a fair amount. I do get a lot of extra cap, you guys. This is a ton of extra cap up here. When I do this and I fold it over, it is effortless. So I have very petite. Now I probably have child size over the top of my head measurements, and I get a ton of extra cap on this one. It's still really comfortable. I don't feel like the cap is super loose, but I mean, it definitely doesn't squeeze my head at all. So if you have very petite head measurements, this might actually be a little too big for you, knowing what I know based on my measurements. So I think true to average, very, very comfortable, even a little bit bigger than average. I think this is gonna work really well for you. Let's talk about color. Creamy Glow Rooted. This is what I would consider more of a neutral blonde. We have got many different tones in this one. Now, very light blondes are very hard for me to film. The light bouncing off the super blonde really messes with my camera white balance and the lighting, and so I just don't know how to accommodate for that. So you're just gonna have to go with how I describe this, and I do get outside. I've already filmed that. You'll be able to see that in just a moment. But what I see here, the highlights look platinum to me. They are very, very light highlights all throughout, heavily concentrated right here in the front. We also have a darker, what looks to me to be like a beige blonde. It's kind of, it's a neutral warm in tone. It's not a yellow blonde though. I'm really not seeing yellow blonde in this color at all. I'm seeing warmth and coolness, platinum and like a darker beigey blonde. It definitely looks highlighted, but not stripy. So if you like light, bright blondes, you don't really want the yellow blonde, but you're okay with a little bit of warmth, this is a great color for that. It does have a root, but the root is a number 10. It's the only color code that I know in this color, and it is a very, very minimal light root. If it's picking up dark because of my lighting, it is not dark. Look at it in the outside shot. It is very neutral, very, very light. A 10 is a light brown. The lightest brown is a 12, and it's very short. Because of the blonde highlights in this definitely looks like you've had your hair colored. So having a little bit of darkness at the top is very, very natural. Just look around online at people who are maybe sharing their freshly colored hair. If they are not a super light blonde and they've had to have some lighter tones added, you will always see a little bit of a shadow because they don't take that color up to your scalp. They leave the tiniest little bit of your hair, and that's what they've done here. So if you don't typically like rooted blondes, depending on what you don't like about them, I don't know that this one's going to bother you. It's very, very light. If, on the other hand, you're a brunette like me who likes blondes but they have to be rooted, this is not quite enough rooting for me. Beautiful color. All right, everybody, let's get outside so that you can see this color outside. Thank you once again to Continental Wigs for sharing this one with me so I could share with all of you. I really love sharing every resource I can. We're all so different. What we're looking for is very different. And so whatever I can share, I would like to do it. So thanks for watching. It's really cute. I love this hand-tied cap though. It's really the star of the show. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. All right, friends, we are outside on a very cloudy day. No direct sunlight today. You can see how dynamic this color is. Look at all of the different tones. That root, super light. Barely a root. Very, very natural. This definitely looks like, like you had some color added. So it's very natural to see that the root is just slightly darker. It is so great. Really beautiful blonde. Neutral in tone. And for those of you who have asked, there's my puppy. That's Max. German Shepherd puppy. He is 19 weeks old right now and already 46 pounds. He is going to be such a big boy. If you want me to share more Max with you guys, I'm happy to do that. I do share on Instagram and Facebook sometimes, but I know some of you guys aren't there. But I don't want to share too much that you guys don't care about. All right, there you go. Beautiful color.